everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we'll discuss the various banners that are available as of the newest update. Note that this is an in-game update, so just reload the game and don't have to go to the App Store or Play Store, and after some time you should be able to access these new banners as well as the newest featured thing to do, which is the archive, Astral Archive. So check that out. Otherwise, let's go right into it. There are a couple of Fateful banners, the 3000 Realm Arc series, as well as AS Pizzica, aka Another Style Erato, and of course there is the regular version of that one as well. So let's go right into this one. As mentioned yesterday in the notices, these banners for the Fatefuls are usually only a month long, as you can clearly see, until August 24th UTC. These are also paid banners. Anything with the word Fateful in it will require 1,000 paid stones or a Heavens subscription ticket. You can do this one up to 3 times. And note that it guarantees one of these 10 units on the 10th pull. And then obviously, if you don't get it, you can get other units on pulls to 1 to 9, but on pull 10, you're only going to get one of those. So 2 versions of Pizzica, 2 versions of Pizzica, 2 versions of Mestre, 2 versions of Facility, and 2 versions of Rosetta. So 10, 10, 10 across the board. So this banner, you can call it all 10s, right? Heh. Well, we'll talk about that. Again, Fatefuls are up to date, so even Cesta's in here, albeit at a very low rate, 0.04 and 0.02 respectively, and most of the newer units, as well as some of the older units as 4.5s and 5s, are essentially that kind of rate. Some of the really old ones are slightly higher at that such. And there are some units here as well, 4.5s, as well as the bots, Rainbow Sisters and Knights. So, should you summon? Well, the real answer is, how much do you value Pizzica? Because we can talk about the other units just quickly. The problem is that many of the units featured other than AS Pizzica are considered much older. Some of them are still meta relevant, other ones are not. So Pizzica, even the normal style still has a lot of use in today's meta. The fact that she can either half your damage with Oratorio as a song and still our first original singer, that also does do status clear, MP regen, heal at the end of turn, and she can also go full offense, which is the Rhapsody Aria, which gives break at the beginning of the turn, I believe, as well as double damage while the song is active. Those who've used Pizzica since she's been out about 1.5 years ago know how powerful she can be in the right team. And as I said, full offense, full defense, and she does offer some pierce support as well. She doesn't do a lot of damage in the normal style. However, she can give crit damage up for your pierce team. Now, in terms of Rosetta normal style and the AS Rosetta. AS Rosetta was amazing when she first came out. One of the first Magic Zone setters. She was rated initially 99 on the Ultima, which is a Japan rating for power. Obviously, she has been superseded with many other units now. But even herself, as well as the normal style, Rosetta has some niche use at this point. Rosetta AS is a very useful unit that can give physical res as well as mental focus. It can also help boost your fire teams, and most importantly, she can give up to 50% type down for your magic team to do extraordinarily well. Normal style with the Manifest has the ability to give 3 hit shield for status, as well as high levels of heal. So, I mean, for some unique fights, and I think, like, for example, Dr. Phaeton was one of those fights in the newest main story 3.0. She was, one of the MVPs if you decide to use her to combat some of those status effects. Now, Facility, normal style, and AS has fallen behind a little bit. They are both essentially shade fire type slash users. They have the potential for pretty high damage. However, the damage modifiers at this point that they have versus now are much lower. That being said, with the advent of having Efi back on the team, their lunatic abilities are activated at all times, which is great for kind of reestablishing them if you need someone to augment your shade team and you don't already have the likes of ES Tuva or Yakumo. And speaking about that, we had Milsha. The Milsha normal style was very unique at the time. Still not bad. Earth Pierce DPS with the ability to kind of do end of turn shade attacks. If you boost her in the right way, she can help you kill multiple HP stoppers because her end of turn shade attack can be augmented such that it does a ton of damage. So I don't know how useful she is now, but still has the ability to do that. Almost like Nona, if you play with Nona, the two of them together having end of turn shade attacks can be very, very interesting with the shade zone. And Milsha AS, the Moonlight stance was very short-lived in my opinion. I didn't ever side grade her, and I don't really see the need to at this point. She is a singer, but her Moonlight stance is really limited at best. And finally, Mystere, normal style, not very useful. AS Mystere is still quite meta, actually, and I would say of the two singers, I think AS Mystere is used actually even more than Pizzica, depending on what kind of use. She had some offense, dual debuffs, ability to do end of turn wind attacks, and especially since we do have Sesta in the game now, you do have the ability to kind of have more support for units like Sesta. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure if she counts as Crystal or Wind, so there's that too. Anyways, overall, I think there are better ways to spend your paid stones. If you haven't already gotten the other powerful units out there, I mean, you really should be, prioritizing Sesta, which is on the left. You should prioritize Yakumo. I hope you have both of those, because if you don't, then you should really prioritize those with either paid or free stones, depending on which banners you want to use. I mean, there are still lots of these kind of ways to kind of get those units out there. Otherwise, if you have tons of paid stones anyways, and you really want to augment your team and you're missing some of these units, or you just want more light or shadow, hey, you can feel free to do so. I just don't think it's the best use of your money. And this is the other 3 times max Fateful encounter for AS Pizzica. So note that the normal style is not upgraded actually. Only the AS is 0.8 and pulls 1 to 9 and 10% on pulls 10. So a little bit shortchanged in my opinion from normal Fatefuls. I don't know why WFS actually reduced it. I'm not even sure if she's shared with any banner, because if she isn't, then that's really big loss in that sense. And of course, same thing, 4.5s, 5s galore. Some of them are great, some of them are not. And unfortunately, the bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights are still there, as well as the Curvos, the Rovellas, the Yeos, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Now with Pizzica AS, we can take a look at the regular free banner. See, this one's way better. 0.4, 0.8, and 0.8. Again, this is a free banner. No Sesta in here, okay? No Yakumo, I believe, either. So, bear that in mind. I'm surprised Yakumo's not in here, because I thought, anyways, I thought Ultra Shannon was after that, so. Okay. So, should you summon on any of these? It really depends on how much you like AS Pizzica. And it also depends whether or not you want Pizzica in any form as well. Keep in mind that the free one does have a 2% rate of any one form of Pizzica. And remember, with a chance and even a 1 tome for Pizzica, which can't remember where it's found now. And I want to say Nadera Volcano, but it's been a while. And the AS as well. You have access to one of the premier singers out there. The AS is a lot less supportive and more has a mix of support as well as DPS. AS retains its 4-star moves, which is Berkuz, Type Res Down, Pain, Poison, and Sleep, although not guaranteed for that. Also does have the Oratorio, which, as I mentioned, unconditionally half damage plus HP, MP, heal plus restore statuses. Great move. Otherwise, the new AS moves, one is kind of like I'm going to say it's almost like a conditional Oratorio, although if you put it in an all-pierce team, it gives better. So note that it still gives the Cantabile is still half damage and heal and MP heal and status heal. Now, it also does give type res up 50%, which is like an Aurora Force, which is quite nice, as well as a type attack of all primary members up 50%. However, some of those abilities are requiring you to use an all Pierce team on the front line. So 4 Pierce units, including Pizzica AS. And so before, Oratorial could be shoved anywhere. Pizzica, one of her strengths was she could be put on a Pierce team, a Blunt team, a Magic team, a Mixed team, any sort of team. And don't forget, she is fire element, so she can be used on a fire team with the likes of AS Radius, for example, for ultimate shielding, ultimate tanking, and so on and so forth. This one, already you lose some abilities for the AS to put in a varied team. Now, in exchange for that, you do get a different AS move. This one is called Fortissimo, which is basically the potential to do tremendous amounts of damage if the fight lasts that long. So one of her unique abilities at the end of turn, it gives 1 stack called a Harmony stack to all party members, and I believe it's including herself. So every turn you'll get 4 stacks, I guess. So after 3 turns, you'll have 12 stacks. So on the 4th turn, you'll be able to do maximum damage. And maximum damage is a fairly high mod. It does her attack is Fire Pierce AoE, XL times 4, and after all that, inflicts 3 stacks of Weapon Break Pierce, and allows, instead of her song giving double damage, you'll have 3 chances for your Pierce attacks to do double damage. And so if you use high level 1-hit wonders with Pierce, then you can get tremendous amount of damage. Now, if you have a quad hit or triple hit attacker, then it just gets consumed right after that. So note that she does attack first and then applies the weapon rate after that. So if she's faster, which she naturally is pretty fast, then your next DPS based on your timing can now take advantage of that weapon break. But like I said, she loses a lot of flexibility. And so for those who like the AS and the fact that you can kind of mix between defense and offense, I guess that's all right. I think the Rhapsody Aria is kind of one I've always gotten used to. And so I feel that the normal style does have a little bit more, I guess, overall use in terms of plugging in anywhere and anytime. But if you want a focused unit that has a lot of Pierce support as well as potential to do some DPS in later stages of the game, AS Pizzica is the one for you. However, again, look at the banners that we are fighting against. We are fighting against things like ES Tuva plus Yakumo plus Sesta, and unless you're really rich and have them all, I don't know if you do prioritize Pizzica over those. And not only that, in pure power levels, I would rate her below all the other 2. Now, if you're new to the game and you want the ability to have a singer that can do lots of things for you, she's not a bad addition to your team, especially the normal style. If you have a very focused team, later on, you can use her AS version a lot more. But if you're new to the game, you might not have 4 reliable Pierce units. So in that sense, it's a little bit less use out of it initially for you. That being said, a singer is a singer and can give you a lot of support at all stages of the game. So overall, she's a decent unit, a pretty good unit. In my opinion, not a top line 10 out of 10 unit. And so depending on where your stones lie and how much you have, it wouldn't be a first priority for me. As for myself, I already have her in normal style, so like usual, I'll be grinding out the treatises, I guess. I have a ton of green keys anyways, because by mistake, I finished all those extra fights and claimed all those rewards from the early rewards from the Astral Archive, and so, yeah, that's gonna be, unfortunate for me. Anyways, after that, looking forward to completing more of the Astral Archive, and then, moving on to the next update after that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.